The Tobago Business Chamber wishes to condemn in the strongest possible way any proposed increase in electricity rates being imposed upon the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago at this time. We of the Tobago Business Chamber say categorically that it is absolutely inappropriate to seek to increase the rates, particularly at the astronomically proposed percentages that we have seen put out in the proposals from the Regulated Industries Commission. While we understand the Commission is mandated by statute to conduct a review every 5 years, we are saying that the Commission has a duty to take into consideration several factors which totally militate against any such increase at this time. The first of which is that the citizenry is still recovering in a large part from the shocks of 2021, 2022, the global pandemic, those who have suffered the ravages of the floods, those who have suffered job losses, those who have suffered salary cuts. It is not realistic or practical to further saddle citizens of Trinidad and Tobago with an electricity increase at this point in time. We are also saying that TNTech needs to look into the mirror. And we of the Tobago Business Chamber, we specifically call out TNTech for the several and repeated power outages which have occurred in Tobago, damaging the appliances of citizens, damaging the air-conditioned units of businesses, damaging bills, televisions, refrigerators, for which most of the population has received zero compensation. In fact, TNTech has taken a blanket approach of, initially seeking to deny liability in all these cases. And then you may have someone from TNTech coming to investigate to see if TNTech is liable. And, well, we all know what is usually the result of that. So we are saying, as members of the business community, that certainly the rates which are proposed are not practical or feasible in the circumstances. There are many persons who are still owing TNTech for past due rates. So therefore, to now impose an increase is certainly not something that we will support in any way. And in fact, we will speak out against it in the strongest possible manner. The Tobago Business Chamber also says to TNTech, you need to look at your major defaulters, because for years TNTech has complained that some of the governmental and state industries and government offices and government departments and divisions and ministries are the greatest debtors who owe TNTech money. Why don't you go after them to recover those monies instead of seeking to punish the small man and the individual on the street with a rate increase for those who are defaulting in the millions? Why don't you seek to recover those monies first? The Tobago Business Chamber also calls out TNTech and says, why don't you seek to improve your own internal efficiencies and the way you spend your monies internally, and try to make yourself more productive and efficient in that way, rather than seeking to simply stretch your hand to the public for the innocent man in the street to now bear an additional burden of an increased electricity rate. We of the Tobago Business Chamber say that the Regulated Industries Commission, while we understand you have a job to do, you need to do it with a certain degree of sensitivity and sensibility. And we are saying absolutely not the time for any rate increase to be burdened upon the public. And we are saying to the Regulated Industries Commission, please shine the light upon tea and tech and let them improve their economies of scale. Let them increase their efficiency and effectiveness. Let them go after the million-dollar debtors, some of whom are governmental and state departments and government offices. So try to collect the monies there rather than taking the easy way out and simply imposing another burden upon the tax-paying public. People are already faced with the prospect of property taxes and reduced salaries, reduced earnings, increased prices all around. To now add electricity to this is totally untenable. We condemn it entirely.